You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.
Are you ready to learn the 3 secrets to launching a successful podcast? Hi, I'm Bill, a recent client of the Podcast Mogul. If you've been thinking about starting a podcast but aren't sure where to begin, he's got you covered. He is hosting a free webinar where he will share the 3 secrets that can help you launch, grow, and monetize your podcast without any fancy equipment or technical headaches. Click the link in the show notes to save your spot now and let him help get your podcast off the ground.
Welcome to Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. Join the Podcast Mogul Phil Better as he interviews successful entrepreneurs that make their living in the digital world. Now, let's join your host, Phil Better, and his special guest today on Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. I am, of course, your host with the most, Phil Better, the Podcast Mogul. And today I am very excited because I have another media mogul in the house. I have Fuel. Sir, welcome to the show.
How you doing? Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Fuel, please tell me a bit about Fueled Up Thursdays and everything that entails you and your journey as an entrepreneur.
Okay, it's actually it's Fired Up Thursdays.
I apologize. Here I am.
Fuel kind of gets you going or whatever. So it's kind of in the same gear. But yeah, so basically Fired Up Thursday was made up. Actually, I started in college. And my professor at the time, wanted me to do a show immediately because he liked my voice. So he transferred me from one college to another one that had the actual equipment for radio to actually do my own show. So he gave me, it's kind of like I was fortunate at the very beginning to have free will to do whatever I wanted to actually do a show. So I formed it up with a friend of mine in college, and we have been partners ever since. And the show consists of old school and new school perspective on hip hop, R&B, topics as far as when it comes to politics, when it comes to even relationships, So it's basically an old school perspective and a new school perspective. I'm the older, of course, and my my co-host is like 25. So the perspective between it's like 20 years in between.
Yeah, it's like a whole different generational gap.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So so that's how we started the show. That's how we got the show started.
Okay. And so it was just from your love of just broadcasting, creating this broadcasting company?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I actually moved to California to act.
Okay.
Yeah. And I started doing like reenactment of crime scenes for Discovery Channel. And
cool.
Yeah, so I was doing the acting thing, and I was doing a lot of stuff on my own for basically without an agent. With the whole act, you gotta have an agent, manager, and all that. Yeah. But I was getting work done for myself, just for that. And something kind of unfortunately happened, with my daughter, and I had to move right here and raise her for school. So that's how I ended up into radio. Because I was just starting going to school, whatever, I feel like I needed to do something or whatever besides just acting and, take care of her. So, so that's basically how I got started. into the radio business. So went from there. Once she graduated, which was 19, we graduated at the same time in 2019. We graduated in 2019 together, and then she moved back home in Kansas City, which is where I'm from, with her mom. So from that point, it's kind of like, okay, I'm by myself again. What am I going to do? So, I mean, I had the whole ideal, everything at the radio station. People was kind of like getting on me because I had certain guests and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, it must be time. It must be that sign to leave. It must be that sign to do something else or whatever. So, unfortunately, the pandemic started, but I was in the midst of already getting my business started as well. And I almost could have gave up, but I didn't. It was kind of like, well, ain't nobody gonna be doing nothing because of the pandemic. But I stayed in it. I was like, well, maybe more people probably stay at home.
Yeah, more people are gonna listen
to us, right? You know what I mean? So that kind of got me hyped or whatever. And I was like, okay, all right. So I basically used the money that I have saved up, invest in the business. Invested. I'm in North Hollywood, California. I got a studio. As you can see, it's where I'm at now. It looks like a studio / home. It's basically what it is.
Feeling? This is the middle of my corner. This is the corner of my living room.
Right. And and I have that, like you said, that atmosphere here in a commercial building, so it kind of feels like home here or whatever, but it's my actually home, it's my studio. I have different parts. I have like you see like the couch and stuff is on this side. Our podcast is on this side, and I have another room. So it's it's a good setup. It's a good setup.
Yeah, it looks like
yeah.
I'm looking because I'm ready to move out of this, like take my podcasting out of this little location, move it into an actual studio. So I'm glad looking at you and seeing like, yeah, it's possible. You have this great setup where it's nice and relaxed, but also business and that going as well. So you've been at business for about 2 to 3 years now, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And in that time, what has been your favorite moment in your journey as an entrepreneur?
You know what? My favorite moment is more so of the guests that I have on, because they're and that's basically when I say favorite, it's not really just one moment. It's just the whole, I guess the atmosphere or the energy that I get from people, especially when they come here, is because they feel like they're at home. Nobody's ever come here and be like, they'll say, yeah, this is nice, but man, I feel like I'm at home. We can, and they relax even more and would tell me more stuff that they probably wouldn't tell other people. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things that's my favorite moment, even just being here in the studio here, is talking to guests. And we have publishers, we have, anywhere from music, anywhere from authors for books, and entrepreneurs as well, so yeah.
Nice. I'm hoping to get out west sometime when the world kind of opens up, and hopefully I'll come by the studio and check it out.
Oh yeah. Definitely, man. And I need to travel too. So, yeah, what I'm saying? We'll
switch places.
We'll switch it up. It's a good thing that we have this, the whole virtual thing going though. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it saved a lot of people this past year. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And helped so many podcasters connect with guests from all over the world. Like you said, you're in North Hollywood. I'm in Montreal, Canada, complete opposite ends of a continent.
Right.
We're having this amazing conversation. Oh my God. Exactly. I do want to ask you, because you have had such amazing guests, what is your process for getting guests onto your show?
You know what? What I do is I try to speak to them on a one-on-one basis, maybe a week or two before, especially if it's someone I just don't really not really know of, and just get a vibe from them. I get a certain vibe as to, if I can talk about this or I can talk about that to this, to certain people, Some people are very, very professional and maybe don't want to put certain things in their business out there or whatever. Fortunately, once people talk to me, they just open up, and it's kind of like, and I'm gonna keep it real on the show. I don't sugarcoat it and be like, oh, well, I can't say that because I'm on TV, or on video or radio. I don't do that. It's kind of like, this is what it is. And more so when I talk to someone ahead of time, they kind of pick up that vibe as well as who I am, and what I'm going to, end up talking about. Now, I don't get disrespectful of whatever that your situation is or whatever, but I will, try to make the show, pump it up a little bit more than what you probably would have thought it was going to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it.
Make it entertaining, because that's what you need to do. Like, as long as you're learning and entertaining, like, you need to turn it up. Like, and I fully understand. As a host, you need that. Like, you sometimes some guests come in, they're just like that one level, and you're like, no, we need to bring it up. We need to bring that energy up just a bit to have some fun. Yes, so yeah, I get that.
Yeah, and kudos to you too, man. I mean, with your podcast, man, I really, really like it. Invest in yourself. I mean, says it by itself. You know what I mean? Says it alone, man. So kudos to you as well.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. I've been listening to some of your past episodes on your broadcast, and it's just great listening. And you're right. They just, like, everyone just seems chill. Like, there's just this mellow vibe going out, that everybody's having fun. The energy's good in your show. So it's always great to listen in and just go. And what's great is you can go the back catalog. You have such a great back catalog. So
you know what? It's funny. So, you know how you get your what is it, Facebook or one of them just always give you this memory thing.
Facebook is the Facebook memories. Yes.
Just pop up and some old stuff come up, man. I'll be like, oh shoot. Now we wish I could, like, oh, let me put this in a promo or something in our show. You know what I mean? So yeah, that is kind of cool. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. I do want to go into maybe some more tips for the podcasters, because you've gone to school in radio and that. Maybe some tips to up their maybe interview skills or even their presence on the mic, since you have such an amazing presence in that.
Thank you. You know what? I've always told, like, even when I've had a few people that come through, like you said, and want to do the same thing. Oh, sorry. I hope I didn't lose you there.
You're so good.
Look, I hit my camera. It's something flying in here, and I hit it. You got the touch screen.
Yes.
Okay. Normally, my advice would be for most people, and it's being yourself. You have to just basically be yourself, and also just have in mind what your either co-host or your guest is going to feel, the vibe that they're going to feel from you. You know what I mean? It's really when it comes to this business, it's really your personality. It's really your energy that you bring to the table or whatever that helps you succeed in it. And that would be mainly the advice I would give anyone just starting off or wanting to be a host, or even owning a radio station.
Great advice. It's true. You have to have that personality. You have to build that who you are so that you have your voice when you come onto the radio or onto the podcast videos or whatever you're doing. You need to know who you are and who you want to go forward as. And I think with social media and that's helping fast forward a lot of people, because a lot of my generation, I'm pretty sure I'm maybe around the same age, maybe a little younger than you. We didn't have this figuring out who we are because we grew up in this boat.
Seen a gray, didn't you?
I've gotten gray here, so that's why I'm like, maybe we're probably in the same area, but we grew up kind of like in this both analog and digital world where we don't know who we are and where we fit. So podcasting, I think, helps us because you get to interact with so many people.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Phil. Quick question before we jump off. I jump off the screen and let you promote where everybody can find you and follow you. Can you tell me a book that you would suggest to someone if they're going to be starting their own their business from scratch? What book would you suggest to them?
Man, what? It's there's a book called my goodness, and I was just getting to pull it up too. But it's called Oh my God. Hold on.
Take your time. No rush. No rush.
Give me a second. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. The life of podcasting here, people. Things happen like this all the time, and you have to enjoy it. But this is great because he does want to show it. That's what's so great about his passion that he's had through this whole episode and the advice that he's given. So here he comes.
Yeah. I know y'all wasn't expecting that.
No, I was just saying, like, this is why I love podcasting, because anything can happen.
Yes. It's called Deacon King Kong. Okay. And it's actually was one of the bestsellers in Oprah's book club. And I mean, it's not, how can I put it? I listen to, stories and fictions and stuff like that. And I kind of use the energy from those certain books and titles to feed into my shows. Some things that, you use for topics or use for subtitles or subjects and stuff like that or whatever. So, but this book right here is more so about being who you are and being accepted for who you are, and that would be like pretty much the book that I'll, at least that's where I'm at right now. I can say that.
No, that's a great book. That's a great book because right now there's someone listening is like, I want to find out who I am. And this episode is pretty much about finding who you are because you're, you wanted to become an actor. And then all of a sudden you're now over here running your own broadcasting company, being on podcasts and radio and that. So you're still discovering who you are. And that book is the perfect book for you and the audience who's listening to this that fall upon it.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
All right, Phil, I'm going to jump off. I'm going to give you the screen. I want you to take as much or as little time as you need to let us know where we can find you, where we can support you, because we love supporting independent entrepreneurs here. So here you go, sir.
All right. Well, you can find me here at Fired Up Thursdays, every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time in North Hollywood, California. We go live on Facebook, YouTube, and also Restream. I'm not Restream. YouTube and there's one more. It's Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. There you go. Yeah. I don't use Twitch a whole lot or whatever. We just started using Twitch, so that's why I was kind of a little tongue-tied on that one. So we have that one, and then also we're live and uploaded on Spotify, Apple. It's so much. I should have wrote all this down.
Google and Amazon. I'm pretty sure the other two.
Amazon, Pandora. That's what I was trying to think of. Pandora and TuneIn app. So, you can find us on all those. And also it's all under Fired Up Broadcasting, which is my company here. It's called Fired Up Broadcasting in North Hollywood, California.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, the links are going to be all in the show notes. Make sure you check out Fuel and Fire Up Broadcasting because I guarantee you, if you're a lover of old school music like hip hop, like I am, you're going to enjoy this podcast more than ever. And do like Fuel and invest in yourself. Pardon that?
No, I said we have battles. You know what I mean? We have that old school and new school battle. They don't really have the catalog we have.
No, they don't. No, they're still building their catalog.
Yeah, but sometimes, depending on certain music, I end up losing, and we do push-ups or whatever, whoever loses.
There you go. That's some fun times right there.
Check it out, you guys. Check it out.
Check it out. And remember, guys, to invest in yourself.
Yes. All right. Thanks, Phil.
You're very welcome. Hey, everybody. I want to thank you so much for watching the show and listening to the podcast. As a thank you, remember, you can always head over to my website, philbetterinc.com, and get free 15 minutes with me to talk about how you can grow your podcast, how to monetize your podcast, or even how to start your podcast. I have helped lots of people, and I want to help you do the same for your business or just for your personal brand. So again, that is philbetterinc.com. Head over there, book your free 15 minutes, and it'll be a pleasure to help you out. Have a good night, and remember to invest in yourself.
Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to take the next step. When you're ready to dive deeper into how to launch, grow, and monetize your podcast, Phil's got something special for you. Join him for a free webinar where he'll reveal the 3 secrets that have helped countless entrepreneurs succeed in podcasting. Click the link in the show notes to save your spot, and let's turn your podcasting dreams into reality.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/kidsandfamily. Just go to Indeed.com/kidsandfamily right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.